Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Cosmic Mystic. So, we are going to do a regular message from Spirit for this upcoming week. We are getting into April. Yay, getting into more sunshine. And just a quick shout out to those of you who watch and who are so kind and understanding. Like, I'm not going to post. I like in my ideal world I like to post once a week. However, I have a job. I run a business. I do a lot of stuff outside of here. I really just had a Reiki class, a Reiki 1 certification class over at Love Light Collective, which went amazing. But that takes time and that takes energy to organize that. And so I really like to shout out the people who are so supportive of and understanding that I might not post every week. If I feel drained or if I feel like it's not in alignment, then I don't post because I want you guys to have the best messages possible. While it is a general reading, I do like to bring quality and value to the videos, and that involves a clear mind and peace. And if it's like too forced, then I don't necessarily do it. I ain't about hustling unless it's, you know, in my, like, I like working out, hustling, that type of stuff. But, like if I'm feeling very stressed and overwhelmed with life, I might not post a video. So I appreciate those who understand. So again, we are going to use the Amber Moon Tarot deck just because, like, oh my God, guys, like, I'm just going to keep showing this. Look at this beautiful deck. Okay, look at this. Oh, and then the side cards. Like I said, this deck is kind of thin. However, I really do enjoy it. And I get like 95% of my decks at Oracle's Apothecary in Old Town Lansing. You can also order online. But really supporting local business. Like, I like citing decks and things like that. I don't necessarily like posting Amazon stuff. So I just like quick shout out to Oracle's Apothecary. They aren't paying for this. Like, I just like supporting. All right. So we are going to use this. We are getting ready for a full moon on April 1st. Okay. Getting ready for a full moon. Mercury retrograde is over. Cheers to us. And we are still in the shadow phase, which is okay. Slowly coming out of that, you'll see people slowly start to become more mobile again. All right, so let's really get started with this reading and see what's happening, okay? Ooh, we have got this Four of Wands. And this is just like an encouragement that you are divinely supported, okay? You are divinely supported by an internal wisdom. While the world is a little, not even a little, a lot crazy right now, keep going within and tapping in and meditating and remembering your inner voice. Don't listen to the ideas. Like, I know right now there's a lot of prices going up, gas prices, things like that, a lot of trauma being revealed that might be triggering a lot of, well, war happening that should not be happening. uh, but go within and ask yourself to guide you through this in a way that is aligned. Like, what is your role in this? What is your sole purpose during this time? And really start following that and listening and honoring that, and not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not even going to say it's always going to be like this feeling of safety and support. Like, the safety and support is going to be in there internally, but that overall sense of well-being might come in waves, might come in cycles, and there might be times where you feel alone and you feel very stressed out and afraid. But just remember that innate wisdom that's within you. Call on your higher self. um and like even I'm seeing this old man and I'm seeing call on the grandfather energy, whatever that means to you. If it's ancestral, if it's a angelic being who might have more grandfather energy, like for example, I think Sandalphon is more of a grandfather in the archangel hierarchy. But really calling on that support, that wisdom, and hearing like the story, the voices, the uh, fables or the parables that might be told in your being, that will help remind you that you are safe and are supported. That's really important at this time. We've got the moon in reverse. So there might be, for this full moon, it's going to be this more internal thing, like going within, withdrawing. It's in Libra. It's all about balance and reintegration. However, this is a more internal balance, reestablishing a relationship with yourself. It seems like it's been very discombobulated, especially during winter time, especially during Mercury retrograde time. And now it's really to come back to that sense of self, talking to yourself, seeing what you like, what you dislike, what your dreams are, what your goals are, envisioning a future beyond this circumstance. What's your ideal life going to be? Okay. So really allow that to seep into your being and go within. And sometimes it's so like, and it's really this idea like, yeah, there's a lot of craziness going on in the world right now. There's a lot of chaos going on in the world. However, how can you step back from that and see, okay, like, yeah, that's all stuff I don't want in my life. How do I integrate what I do want in my life? And that's by listening and acknowledging the things that you actually do want in your life and honoring the things that you do want in your life, okay? And then we've got this Princess of Coins, and it's in reverse. However, this feels like a more grounding, more getting into your physical body, embracing your body and accepting who you are at this time. So, going beyond like, this is like going beyond the body positivity movement. This is going beyond like what society tells you or how they tell you to appreciate your body. This is really listening to your body and honoring what it wants and what it needs, going beyond like, oh yeah, I love my body just the way it is. Like, obviously say I love my body just the way it is, but then ask it like, what do you want? How do you want to move through life? How do you want to feel through life? How do I want to feel in my body through life? And what can I do to deepen that sense of love for my body and really following that? And that can be a variety of different things. Like, I'm seeing a very fluid movement. So like maybe yoga or dance or um, even qigong or tai chi, but very fluid, very feminine, still having that strength. And people uh, and like really getting rid of this idea of what it means to be, for some of you this is a message, idea of what it means to be soft girly, um, and realizing that, yeah, there is softness, but that sense of softness comes from a lot of strength. Okay, like you look at dancers, they have to have a lot of strength to be soft in their pirouettes. Singers have to have a lot of strength and vocal flexibility in order to be soft with the words that they sing. Okay, so really finding and embracing the fact that some of this does require strength, some of this does require movement and effort in order to be soft. Okay, and willing to do that and maintain that softness in an aligned way. Like, you have to have a solid foundation in order to uh, have safety and softness. So that's going back kind of to this grandfather energy, um, this Four of Wands energy, having that safety to be soft. You have to have a firm foundation in order to relax, in order to let go. Like, if you're not in alignment with a certain yoga pose, for example, you can really injure yourself. So finding that foundation and then getting into alignment and sinking into the pose. Uh, you have to have firm foundation for specific jumps or specific movements in dance, and then you can soften and surrender into the movement. So find that foundation and then soften. Find that foundation, find that strength, find that groundedness, and then soften. All right. And that's how you can really express yourself. Once you start feeling that very big sense of safety within your body, within your being, that's when you can express yourself. It's very interesting because in this deck, the princess actually takes the spot of the knights. So the princess is 12, which goes to 3, and that's about expression. But you have to be able to be like balancing that strength and that softness, embodying that strength and that softness in order to have authentic expression, in order to demand what you want. So once you start embodying who you are in a physical level, like, Aura's gonna be on fire, okay? Aura is going to be on fire. It's going to be like, ooh, okay. Like, kind of like Paint the Town Red. If you've never listened to Doja Cat's song Paint the Town Red, I said what I said. Um, like, you said what you said. And there's a softness in that strength, a softness, and softness, while the other person might not feel soft with you around, you feel soft because you feel comfortable with who you are. You feel confident with who you are. You feel good in your body. You love your body. You love your sense of being here in this moment. Like really loving on your body will bring you deeper into the present moment. And that's incorporating strength with the softness. Okay. We've got this hangman. Yeah. So that's surrender. And this kind of like reminds me of, this hangman for some reason kind of reminds me of pole dancers. Okay, so like being able to hang upside down on a pole takes a lot of strength. It looks soft though, and they're just hanging there going in circles. Okay, some of them, there's a lot of movement, but like imagine like a pole dancer hanging there going in circles as the world turns around them. They seem to have that sense of peace. They're still strong in their legs holding them up. Okay, but they're hanging there, they're surrendering. Yeah, they might fall, but they also trust their body is going to catch them. They also trust that that foundation of safety is going to catch them. um, and that safety for you is going to be the divine flowing through your body. Learn how to allow the divine to flow through your body. Learn how to allow the divine to give you strength so you can be soft. Okay. And like I said, take away the idea of what society has labeled as soft. If you feel soft, then you're soft, okay? They might say you just gave them a tongue lashing. They may say you seem aggressive when you walk towards people. They may say you seem intimidating when you walk towards people. However, your internal being, your internal feeling of softness is there, okay? Your internal feeling of, I feel so safe with who I am right now. I feel so grounded in my being that I can soften and know that that internal strength is going to ignite when I need it to ignite. I can be so soft and present and surrender to this moment that if there happens to be some sort of threat that pops up, my body will immediately react and defend me. That's how safe I feel in my body. That's how safe I feel in my being. Okay. That's really, we're just calling on safety and softness today and strength. Oh my goodness, divine balance. Libra, divine. Oh, I forgot it was a full moon Libra for a second. Okay. All right, we've got this 10 of Cups. So, this 10 of Cups is really just having this deep sense of gratitude. Look at that golden moon, getting into your body, getting into your being, and then having gratitude for everything you have. Take time to really cherish the moments. Take time to really be thankful for those around you, to be thankful for who you are. Okay, be thankful for who you are and how you come up, how you show up in life, how you show up for yourself, what you have been through, what you have overcome. Be thankful for your inner strength. Be thankful that you are willing to trust in the divine. Okay, just have that deep sense of gratitude, that deep sense of, how does it get better than this? Thank you, universe. How does it get better than this? And then watch what happens. Okay, watch what happens. We've got this King of Coins in reverse. And this feels more like outward society. So it can be like something close by to you, like a boss or a father figure. Um, and like I say, the microcosm is a reflection of the macrocosm. So, for example, some of you might have overcome some deep seated father issues and had to heal this wound that deprived you of a sense of safety and support. However, the macrocosm, like the father is the microcosm, the macrocosm right now is showing like, okay, we might have like some global daddy issues to fix now. Now that you fix this, now you've got to go into the community and fix some external daddy issues. Now that you fix the community, now you got to do the state. Now that you fix the state, now you got to do the world. Like no pressure, no pressure at all. But it's really that unraveling, like and observing, like, okay, why does this person trigger you? Why do these things incite a sense of fear for your safety, a sense of fear for your lack of support, and really being able to acknowledge that and honor that, but also let it go and see the opportunities for growth, see the opportunities for abundance. This is especially like some of you might be experiencing stress around resources and where you're going to get your basic needs met. Kind of like today, there's the No Kings protest going on. Um, So, who's the king taking away your resources? Who's the king screwing you over? Okay. And like I said, it might be a microcosm, but it also might be talking about the global crisis going on right now and being able to heal that and deal with that and also see, okay, like how do I pivot? What's my way forward where I can feel safe, where I can feel supported, where I can feel like all my needs are met, where I can feel like my needs are a priority, my needs are important, and people are giving me what I need and caring about what I need and supporting me in that way. Okay. So really take time to heal this, because the more you heal it internally, the more you go internal and let that go. And you can even do cord clearing meditations. There's amazing cord clearing meditations online. So the more you let that go, the more it's going to start shifting in that outer reality. Um it's kind of like your the world is kind of like a um a globe right now. I mean, of course, it's a globe, but like those the snow globes, and we're seeing right now is that film of doo doo that's around it. However, the light is so bright internally within that globe that stuff is going clearing away. That stuff is cleaning itself off the planet. However, it takes time. Like, who said this transition was going to be easy? Okay, doomsday people, or um like the great awakening people. Like, transition takes time, transition takes effort. We are in a birthing phase. Okay, we are in the time of an evolution. Does birth I have not had any children. I've just seen videos and seen births happen. That does not look easy. It looks painful, it looks messy. This is painful and messy right now. Okay, but there is a new beginning happening, so don't worry about that. Just focus on your own internal growth, on what you need to do to get out of that womb space and into a new life. Okay, we've got this Knight of Swords happening, so really developing your own sense of integrity, your own sense of rules, that are in alignment with your soul, that are in alignment with the divine. And not everybody has to understand that. Okay, like your values are for you. Your vision is for you. You might not always agree with people. And a good example of this is like people who preach love and light versus people who are like, no, we need balance. Okay, we need to like be able to set boundaries and all that stuff. And we're willing to hit somebody. Whereas other people might be like, oh, we're going to forgive, we're going to let go, and take high ground. You know, those are two different senses of integrity, and there's no right or wrong. There is just what works for you. Okay, and so really start honoring that and let go of the shame around your sense of beliefs, your sense of values, your own internal moral compass, and realize that it's okay to let go of what the world perceives to be a good moral compass. Like, we've lived in a very highly Christianized society for like thousands of years. And this society has said, turn the other cheek, turn the other cheek. However, that's what now we are seeing, that has been kind of a cop out. So they can continue to rain terror upon innocent people who are just trying to be bigger and better people. Like, it's okay if sometimes you need to get dirty. That's basically what I'm saying. You can get a little dirty sometimes. I felt that for you. Okay. And now Christina Aguilera's Dirty Song is coming into my head. So just be like these former Disney stars and go off the rails, but in an aligned way. Okay, guys? We're going to go off the rails in an aligned way and get a little nasty with it, if you feel so called to. And accept that about yourself. Okay. All right. So this is the Soul Mirror Oracle deck that we are using today. And what is the guidance? Let's see. Curiosity. Ooh, curiosity. Oh, this is so pretty. And I love the cats. Okay. Yeah, this deck is amazing. But like, look at how that cat is like over her mouth. Like, and cats are so intuitive, so insightful. So really, it's about going deep, deep within and being curious about yourself and being curious about your own internal being and allowing that to move forward, allowing that darkness, that those things you've buried, those things you've repressed to come out in an aligned way. And in an aligned way, I mean more like letting go of the need to prove that you're authentic and just being who you are. Okay? Like we don't have to prove ourselves to anyone. You just do it. Okay? You just do it. And I will support you in that endeavor. Okay? So I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. If you like the video, please hit like, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, and take care.